Good morning, traders. Welcome to StockCast. My name is Todd Derby, along with co-host James Mason. Good morning, James. How you doing this morning?
Todd, I am doing well. How are you? Good morning.
Thank you. I really appreciate the phone call yesterday when you told me, like, Todd, I don't tell you this very often, but you said go all in short on the market tomorrow morning. And let's just say I could be driving a new Lambo this morning.
No, you couldn't, because inflation is too damn high. You wouldn't be able to afford it still.
Oh my gosh. What a crazy drop at 8:30 with the CPI numbers, SPY, futures, the NASDAQ, everything. Just big red dog down.
Mm-hmm. So SPY is currently down 9 points right now. And I mean, when the SPY unloads, literally 2 to 3% within minutes before the market opens, it's going to be a pretty bad day for the market.
There might be a sell-off today, is what you're saying?
Most definitely. Yeah, I think it was yesterday or something when I said about, like, literally you could have an eighth grader make better decisions about the economy than these people who go to these Ivy League schools who get paid all this money, who are running the nation. And kind of like how we talked pre-market, honestly, it's probably not that they're incompetent at all. They're fully competent. They know what they're doing. I mean, you have to know what you're doing if you're controlling the market, and it's not controlling the market to be in our favor. It's for them and their people. I mean, literally, like any sensible and slightly intelligent person could read the writing on the wall and understand that for a while now that things are just not fiscally well globally, and we just keep lying about it, like on the federal level. And
so my big question is this, James. Today is September 13th. We are 7 weeks away from the midterm elections. They do not want to go into the midterm elections with the market tanking right now.
No, they're going to keep manipulating it. Really, though, I mean, we've already kicked this can down the road, like, how many times over the last few months?
Lots.
Yeah, and they're still trying to hold the market up. Over this, if we're talking about the S&P 500, they're trying to hold the market up over that 4,000 range. Like, they just, I don't know. It's just pure manipulation.
If this had happened on November 10th, 11th, 12th, like after the elections, I would say we're in for a shitstorm.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they're going to bounce. I think they're going to let it run down. I think they're going to come up with a Fed increase rate, and I think they're going to bounce it and make us feel good before we go to vote.
Probably so. When really the market should just be plunging. The SPY should be down at 350 at this point. It shouldn't even be holding up, especially over 400. It's just stupid.
They may drop below 400 today. It's at 401.70 right now.
All I know is Jerome Powell should have listened to my 100 basis point increase when I said it 2 months ago. But no, I'm just a person from the internet.
Well, full disclosure, I'll come clean here. I called him. So do me a favor, buddy. My partner's calling for a 100-point basis, and he'll brag about it. Just do 75, because I said it'd be between 50 and 75. He goes, Todd, I got you covered.
Well, clearly I was right.
Clearly.
But man, like, did you see their freaking estimate? They literally, what was reported was double the amount of their estimate. Like, dude, are you guys just like just picking random numbers? Like, come on, like, how how's your estimate half of the amount of what the inflation is reported? Like, what reality do you live in, guys? And that's the thing. Those people, they're so far detached from the common person. And I mean, it's really unbelievable that it's laughable that they freaking, with all their fancy tools, and Jerome Powell saying, I can't remember what it was. Man, off the top of my head, I can't remember what they recently just changed their calculation methods for inflation, saying it was like more reliable. Clearly, it's not, Jerome Powell. Clearly, it's not. Like, geez.
Yeah, they have a formula, and I can't remember what it was either, but they pulled something out of the data to like, oh, if we pull this number out of the formula, things change in our favor.
Yeah. I mean, Jerome Powell, listen, maybe if you actually didn't have people shopping for you on tax-free federal locations, to where you actually felt the fiscal pain, maybe you would have a better understanding. And usually that's, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, a lot of federal locations, such as like, military bases, shit like that. It can range from tax-free to just lower ass prices. I mean, shit, like there's times that, it's been a long time, actually, probably a couple years, but there have been times in the past, like Maggie and I we just, if we weren't living on a military base, we'd go to a military base because everything is just cheaper. But that's really, how a lot of these people in the federal government do. A lot of them do have people who shop for them, and everything is bought and purchased through their systems, and they never truly see the actual prices that everyday people are.
That's interesting. Well, the big question is, how do you trade today? And I'm going to tell you, you might not trade. You might sit in your hands, or you might be patient, be overly cautious, because right now the market is going to be doing an adjustment today.
That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
And like, what's really just gonna piss me off is if they somehow bounce this thing again. Like, and they've done that every time though, and that's why I say that. They always come up with some phony baloney to somehow bounce the market and do a V-shaped recovery, and it's just like, man, you guys, like, at what point do you BS this so much that someone finally stands up and say, okay, guys, it's obvious that we're lying here. So yeah, that is what it is, I guess, with the market. But so if you haven't noticed yet, and if you're just tuning in, for the people who are like, combat inflation is not going so well. And I really just chuckle about it because not really because I truly think it's ridiculous, but because it's just like, what do you do? What do you do when you just have to live in this reality and they can't do their damn job? And that's really what it comes down to. The longer that they can't do their job and get this down, the more the everyday common person suffers. And it's just like, we're the ones who get shitted on. I mean, and I mean, there's nothing more I can say about that.
Someone's got to lose, and
Well, the thing is, it ain't even about someone has to lose. Like it's a natural occurring event here. It's they force the common person and retail traders to lose by manipulating the market to force them to lose. I mean, literally.
Right.
So, man, that's the big that's the news for the market today. Like, there's really nothing else. Inflation is literally the hot topic.
Absolutely. And again, my advice today is tread carefully.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I don't know. You guys, do you guys have any questions in the comments? Let's see what we got going on.
Amanda, this is an accurate statement. They know what they're doing. Their agenda is not our agenda.
No, not even close. Let's see. So David, they say QT, but they are still providing liquidity. Exactly. Like, and that's what's so crazy about it. Just for, let's see, golly, I can't remember what month they said last year that they're going to start unwinding their balance sheets, and literally they bought more. Like, they're still propping the market up. That's the thing here. Like, they keep saying, yeah, we're unwinding, we're going to unwind, and they keep propping it up, providing liquidity. And like, I mean, I don't know, man. It's, it's easier to do stuff like this and not give a shit when it's not your money.
Oh yeah, I deal with some customers where they're not spending money out of their pocket; they're spending like budgeted money from their, it's just not their money, and they're a lot looser, a lot less careful with it when it's not their money.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Lee asked the question, how low can we go today? That's really a good question. If we knew the answer to that, that would be the $1 million quiz question answer, right?
But you know what? If, like, not to be like sarcastic or nothing, and definitely not against Chris Lee, because I really like him, and I'm sure Chris knows me well enough by now. But how low, like, can we go today? Man, if I for real knew that, I would turn some millions over in profit today. Ooh, that would be beautiful. And I'd make sure all the BB members did as well. And then I'd up the subscription, because I'd just be like, I made y'all millions today. Yeah, I'm just joking.
But I wouldn't be surprised if SPY holds the 400 and we get a little bounce from the 400, and before they drop it under 400. That's just my guess.
Yeah, hold on, let me share a chart real quick. All right, so here's SPY on the daily chart. You can see that's where we were yesterday, and this current line right down here, that is now below the 9 EMA on the daily. That signal spells death. And man, really the next support is around 388, 389, somewhere in there, in that range. And well, you start kind of getting some support around 393 to 388. And then it's, in my opinion, it's going to break through that. I mean, if they just keep propping this shit up, then you know what? We might as well just never have any downturns in the market. We should always just be like, the market just goes up, just keep going long forever and ever. I mean, so
we joked about that.
Yeah.
Early when we started StockCast, early on, we actually joked about that. We should just buy SPY calls and go back to bed.
And honestly, Todd, if we look back at it,
we would have done pretty freaking good.
We could have bought SPY calls like just way out of the money, way back here, and like just unrealistic, like spy calls, like 2 years out.
Pennies, paid pennies.
Yeah, spy calls at 100 points from being in the money. And literally the market makers then would have been like, look at these idiots. And we'd be looking at them now like, look at them idiots. Oh, man. Yeah.
We're less than 12 minutes to the market.
All right. The stock market, man, I tell you. I hate the manipulation. It's freaking aggravating because it just makes life harder. We all knew that they were full of crap. And anytime the government starts to try to talk in ways of having expertise, you can pretty much go ahead and say that it's going to be the opposite. Why is it that way? Man, I don't know, but that's one thing that the government excels in the most, and that is being wrong. So, Todd, that is all I have for today. Do you have anything else?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Please hit that like button. We appreciate you guys listening to our banter and our ideas, whether they're right or wrong. Appreciate it.
All right, everybody. So take care. Trade safe, guys. I mean, I can't tell you how to trade or what to trade, but everybody always screams buy the dip, and I can't get on board with that. So, not that shit matters that I can't get on board with it, but what I'm saying is like I can't get on board with it to be like buy the dip, because at some point that dip ain't gonna be there, and it shouldn't be here. It shouldn't. The dip should have been gone a long time ago. And is this the dip going into the future? I personally don't think so, but we'll see. So with that being said, appreciate y'all tuning in today, and we will see y'all in the next one.